Welcome to Saturday Academy. Welcome. Welcome to Saturday Academy.
How you guys doing today? I'm Cam Jackson, Community School Navigator at Southside Elementary. I'm teaming up with Jovan from Best Self here. Some of you guys already know Jovan. Jovan, you want to give a shout out real quick?
Of course. I usually ask what's going on, everybody, and ask how everybody's doing, but I know everybody's got to be doing good. They're here on a Saturday morning. I know that's a lot of people's favorite day of the week. So I'm ready to get this kicked off and started. We got a lot of good stuff ahead of us. A lot.
So, you guys are used to seeing Jovan, but, ideally you get used to seeing me. I want to be more involved with you guys. So we got Miss Dixon on line one. Miss Dixon, can you come
Hi,
talk to the
everyone.
people?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining Saturday Academy. Thank you, parents and students, for logging on. I just want to remind parents and students of a couple of things. One, of course, we're grateful to see you joining in on this community event. Report cards, to my understanding, are being sent home, so they should be in your mailboxes within the next week. So please look for those. Also, remember, if any students received an incomplete for a grade, you have until January 29th to make up that work from term one, to get it into your teachers. And then as you turn in work, boys and girls, your grade will be reflected to show that those assignments have been completed. But please don't wait until January 29th if you have work from term one, because term two is already well underway and we don't want you to be overwhelmed. So if you aren't sure if you have work, please ask your teachers. They are more than happy to help you. If you have any questions when you're online with them, please ask, because they are willing and able to go above and beyond to help you in this remote setting. So, we really miss you in the building though, but we know that right now it's more important that you stay home so that you're safe. But we can't wait to see you folks in the building. So I want to thank everyone for putting this on. This is really pretty amazing. Just the intro and whatnot. And I know the work that goes into these kind of events. So thank you so much. Parents and students, enjoy the day today and enjoy the holiday season. So we're about, let's see, what's the date today? The 12th. So our last day of classes is the 23rd. So, a little more than a week, and then we're off for a little bit of a break, a much needed break for everyone. So enjoy your time with your families, enjoy today, and take advantage of all the great things that are planned today. Thanks, everyone.
Great. So before we get started, we're gonna start opening up these breakout rooms. If anybody is planning to go to another breakout room, littles, middles, high school, just put in your name, rename yourself, and put the breakout room you plan on going to. Elmer, Marisol, and get that going. For those staying in the main room, we got some going. Peggy, Birds and the Beats, with this super icy Avengers Christmas sweater. I need that. You know, Peggy, do you want to give us a little summary of what you got going on?
Sure, yeah. So, I love bird watching. It has been a great hobby for me since undergrad. And coworker and I have decided to collaborate on our loves, our hobbies. And his love is making his own music, right? And putting it together. And birds are nature's singers and songwriters, right? You go outside, you hear them sing. And my hope is that we're able to combine the two, and we call them alternative mindfulness techniques, and combining the two in order to not only bring an awareness about both topics, but also kind of see what you can do inside for yourself, right? You know, there's a lot of diversity in bird watching and bird behavior. And my hope is that when you go outside after today, you might be able to recognize at least 5 bird songs, in addition to understand what sampling means and what it's like to promote your own strengths. So,
You know, something that was interesting that you put me onto. You said that the sound we usually hear for eagles is not. Oh, you gotta wait for the surprise. So Jovan, you've worked with Peggy more than I have. Do you want to say any words before we get her going?
Oh, of course, I got to give Peggy a great introduction. So everybody get the drums rolling. This is one of the best bird watchers in all of Western New York.
Come
I've
on.
never even known that bird watchers was a thing before her,
Come
but
on.
she definitely put me onto a lot of different things. She's phenomenal, great
Yeah.
energy, great enthusiasm.
Yes.
Everybody put their hands together for Peggy. Let's do it, Peggy. Let's do it.
thank you, thank you.
No problem. No problem.
You should be able to share your screen if you need to as well.
Okay, all right, let's do that. Share sound, optimize for clip. And we're good?
Yes.
All good.
Okay. All righty. So Mr. Jones is the colleague that I was talking about that he has created with me. I'm pretty sure we already have our virtual expectations, right? It's always good to remind. Okay. I am a type of person that if you make eye contact, I will call on you, right? Okay. And still is able to do on the virtual setting. So I will look for volunteers to ask to do things. Okay, so let's do a quick poll, right? And it can just be either a hand raise or, you know, on Zoom or with your hand actually. How many guys like birds and how many guys like beats? So let's go first. Bird loving. Who wants to raise their hand for bird loving? Okay, okay. All right, great, great, great. And then where are our beat lovers at? Okay, Mr. Jovan, you voted twice.
I like them both now. Remember, you put me on.
All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. That's the point. That's the point, right? Okay, so what our enrichment has kind of come up with are a bunch of different things. Today, we're going to kind of talk about the mistaken identity, what you see and hear, and how they match up, and how sometimes people might perceive things differently. Okay. So I know we're short on time, but I did say I want to teach you guys some birds. These are all birds that you have here in Western New York. They do not go away, right, for the most part, and you can still hear them. Okay, so would anyone like to call out a letter and then try to match it up to the bird? And don't worry, I'm here to help. Or you can use, huh?
I'll
Call
start
out a
with
letter.
Oh, okay.
Which letter did you want?
D.
D? Okay, here we go. kind of like a cheer up, cheerio, cheer up, cheerio. I'll give you some more hints. Does anybody have any guesses currently? Whether it's the American robin, the northern cardinal, the black-capped chickadee, the blue jay, or the American crow.
Is
I
that
will-
the chickadee?
Yeah, Sahar?
You're on mute, Sahar. Elmer, you might have to give her co-host so she can unmute herself.
Who is it, guys?
It's Sahar.
Oh, yeah. Got it. Okay.
B for blackbird.
For the blue jay, it is not. That is a great guess, but it is not the blue jay. I'll give you a hint. So, which bird up here has like a little kind of white around the eye, has a black head, and some red on their belly? Which one is that?
Blue jay.
Blue jay is kind of blue, right? So I'll give you. It's either the American robin or the northern cardinal. Which one do you think?
The American cowboy.
The American robin, yes, yes. Okay, that is the sound. This cheer up, cheerio, right, is the sound of an American cardinal. Okay. This one I'm gonna say is a fun one. It kind of sounds like it's cheeseburger or hey sweetie. I want to see if you guys can also get that. Hear the cheeseburger, right? Just for sake of time, all right, this is the black-capped chickadee. All right, it's a tiny little guy. If you go out to Tift and you kind of put your hand out like this, they'll be able to fly right in. Okay. Anybody interested in hearing either the northern cardinal, blue jay, or American crow?
Yeah, let's hear the blue jay.
The blue jay? Okay, so the blue jay sounds a lot like the American crow. You definitely have heard this in your backyard, right? It's got that ee, that strong, pitchy ee. Now the crow sounds like this. That caw, 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 caw. The reason why they're similar, they're in the same family, actually. They're cousins. Okay, so that's why they're similar. And then lastly, I always think the northern cardinal sounds like one of those 1980s laser guns, right? Yeah, so it's very mechanical sounding. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
a great comparison.
yeah, and you could figure out your mnemonics. My professor in college was able to help me do that, and it's fun. You'll be out in nature, and then all of a sudden you'll hear it. I know Mr. Jovan at this point can probably pick up some things and do that nice party trick as well.
Definitely.
So
So
you said the
now,
blue jay and the crow were cousins?
yes, they're in the Corvidae family.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, yes. So that's why they look very similar. Their beaks, right? Kind of like how they're shaped and how big they are. Yeah, blue jays are one of my favorites. They go from that high pitched to a doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. And they have two different sounds. So all right. So birds are hip hop, right? I did say we were gonna meld them. How many of you have heard this Migos song? Okay. All right. All right. So I want you to just kind of start that mindfulness technique of just kind of trying to listen for as many different bird sounds as you can. Right? Okay. It's only going to be about 10 seconds. Do the best you can. All right. And if you have a guess, put it in the chat.
Turn that beat
All right. How many did we get? 4? Okay. 5? Okay. 3? Okay. 3, 2? Okay. 5? All right. Yeah, there's about 5 in there, and there's actually one in particular, okay, that I'm wondering if we've noticed or heard in movies. Is there a bird in there that we think we've heard in a movie? Let me play it one more time. What did we think that? I just want you to think in the back of your head, okay? Because that's going to come up in a second too. All right. Okay. How are we doing? We still good? Thumbs doing a check-in. All right, perfect. Okay. So, kind of talking about some confusing things that happen, right? Especially with the bird world. Sometimes we think one sound is actually another sound. And this happens for people as well, right? This is a mourning dove, AKA the rock pigeon. All right, we see them everywhere. And it sounds like this. All right. How many of us, when we hear that sound, we think an owl? Anybody? Yeah? Yeah? Just blew your mind, right? That is a mourning dove. Okay, they tend to be in our pine trees, right? I got a big pine right outside my apartment here, and hear them all the time, and they are actually doves. They're not owls. Okay, and that's a simple misconception. And once you learn, okay, knowledge is everything, right? Okay, so going back to the Migos sound, where we heard that, right? I'll play it again. Which bird, the red-tailed hawk or the American bald eagle, which bird do we think this is? So if you think it is the red-tailed hawk, give me a number 1. If you think it's the American eagle, give me another 2. Okay. We're thinking it's the eagle. We're thinking it's the eagle. Okay. All right. I'm going to play another sound. That is our nation's bird, the American bald eagle. That sound, that right, is an eagle. Why do you think movies have changed it to the red-tailed hawk? Anybody have any?
Sounds more intimidating if you ask me.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And actually, on the 33, right, the Sajaquita and the 290, you can see these guys, the red-tailed hawk, perched. Okay. If you ever see a very large bird of prey, okay, and it kind of swoops, most likely look as best as you can. Also focus on driving. So hopefully you're the passenger. Look as best as you can on the tail, and you'll see, okay, the red there, and that is a red-tailed hawk, and they are also here. That was one of my favorites, finding that out, right? Because it's like, yo, the bald eagle stole the red-tailed hawk's sound. How do you think, you know, if that bird had human feelings, right? Because I'm not going to say that animals don't have feelings, but if that bird had human feelings, or if that even happened to you, how would you feel? Bianca, you're here. Bianca, how would you feel? Bianca has attended every single one of my presentations, and she is phenomenal.
Omer, can you give Bianca a call? Thank you. Oh, we can't hear you, Bianca.
Oh, I think her mic was messed up the last time she was here.
If you want to type it in the chat, Bianca, that's great too.
Type it in the chat. If somebody used your voice and said they were you, how would you feel?
Can I just do a quick time check?
Yeah.
Are we going till 10:45 or?
Yeah, we're going 10:45.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, Sahar.
You feel mad.
Yes. Yes.
So how do you feel? Very upset. Nobody can be more me than me. Yes.
Yes. Yes. Sometimes when somebody copies us, right, it's a sign of it's an awesome feeling, right? As long as they give us credit. If they copy us and then take it as their own, that's not cool, right? That is definitely not cool. And that has actually happened in the music world. All right. Now I know our I'm going to say older people, right? Because we aren't old, we're just older. Okay. We'll know the next video of the two individuals that had an issue with somebody taking credit for a beat in a song and didn't actually properly give the credit due to the original artist. Okay. But there is something called sampling, and we're going to get into that as well.
July 2nd, 1990, rapper Vanilla Ice released his hit pop rap crossover tune, Ice Ice Baby. It was widely popular, becoming the first single in the US to reach a #1 spot. The song got particular attention from both legal teams for David Bowie and the rock band Queen. They claimed the song was very similar to a collaborative work between Bowie and Queen titled Under Pressure, which was released 9 years prior on October 29th, 1981. Hear the songs side by side. Ice infamously disputed these claims in an interview.
Like he goes ding 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 ding. That's the way theirs goes. Ours goes ding 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 ding.
Vanilla Ice altered the rhythm of the bass line, thinking he would thereby avoid any questions of credit, royalties, license, or even permission. To avoid a court case, Ice admitted to using Queen and Bowie's work and paid an undisclosed amount to both parties, as well as giving both David Bowie and the members of Queen writing credits on Ice Ice Baby.
So in this situation, what happened?
Oh, the sound. Oh, well, Sahar has her hand raised too. Maybe she has something different.
All right, let's go.
Go for it.
Are you able to unmute? Can you type in the chat?
How about let's yes.
Amber,
No,
can you allow her to unmute?
Yeah,
Yeah, now could unmute.
so what happened there?
That they were telling them how to like make a song.
Yeah, they tried to make a song based off of another
And
person's
they're
song.
showing how to make it with David Bowie with Granny Ice.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Vanilla Ice took the amazing work that David Bowie had already put together, and then just
Yeah.
tried to say that he changed just a little bit of it, and it was like, you didn't change enough, right? You didn't change
Yeah.
enough to give credit to who you needed to give credit to. That would be like our kiddos doing their work in school and someone taking it and then just changing 1 or 2 answers. What would the teacher do if they saw that? They would not, would they be happy or not happy? Not happy. Yeah, yeah. But there are times when artists will say, hey, that is an amazing, incredible song, that original song that you have. I love it. Do you mind if I take part of it and make it my own? And in doing so, they ask for permission, right? And once they get permission, then they pay them money, right? Almost like a service, an extra service, like, hey, you know what? I'm going to recognize how awesome you were. And thank you. And I'm now going to try to make it as awesome as you did when you were younger, right? Okay. So, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Let's see if we can match up the original songs here with the samples, okay? So I'm saying fingers crossed because of Facebook Live. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna play, would you like me to play them all first?
Yeah.
Match it up afterwards? Okay, here we go. Starting with Sting, Shape of My Heart. Okay, going to Carlos Santana, Maria Maria. My favorite right now is Cam's face because I think he's realizing what's happening. All right, so that was Pete Rodriguez. I like it like that. Now we're gonna go Tony, Tone, and Tone. Whatever you want. All right, now we're gonna do the samples, okay? So this is where we have to listen. Does anybody need me to play the original songs again? Thumbs up if you need me to play the original songs again. All right, we'll do it one more time, real quick. Sting, Shape of My Heart. Back to the beginning. All right, Carlos Santana, Maria Maria. Oh. Pete Rodriguez, I like it like that. Tony, Tone, and Tone, whatever you want. All right, now the samples, okay? So let's see if you guys can just listen. I'll play them through, and then we'll start seeing how best we can match these up. So Meek Mills featuring Chris Brown and Ty Dolla $ign, Whatever You Need. All right, DJ Khaled featuring Rihanna, Bryson Tiller, and Drake. Wild Thoughts.
Another one.
All right, Juice WRLD, Lucid Dreams.
We the
And Cardi B, I Like It. All right. Who wants to start? Who's got a match?
Me.
Go ahead, Sahar.
That same shape of my heart is on that place.
Which one is it like?
On setting, sapping on my heart is on that place.
Yep. Which one is this one like? Anybody want to give her a hand? Which one is this like? Bianca? Yeah, go for it.
Type it into the chat right now, I think.
Okay.
Bianca, we can't hear you. You got to type it in the chat. I'm sorry.
Any of our adults want to help on this first one?
Cam, I don't know if your mic's working. But I'm going to say it was, I think Sahar said it. It was Juice WRLD. The Lucid
Juice WRLD?
Dreams. Yeah.
Yes, our first match. Good job.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. All right, Bianca, I'm going to play this one. All right. And we're gonna say Meek Mill is 1, DJ Khaled is 2, Juice World is 3, Cardi B is 4. So just give me a 1, 2, 3, or 4. Okay, Bianca? And everybody else? All right, Carlos Santana, Maria. All right, did we think that it was Whatever You Need? Wild Thoughts? Well, we already did Lucid Dreams, which would have been 3. Cardi B, I Like It, 4. So was it 1, 2, 3, or 4? 2, yes. See a little difference in that beat, right?
Another one. We the best music.
All right. Pete Rodriguez, I Like It Like That. All right, remember we're gonna go what? Bianca's all about it. She's already got the 4 up. Good job, yeah. All right. She adds an extra bass to this, right? Right? All right, and then the last one is this one, Mr. Jovan? 1. Thank you, Bianca.
I have one question.
Yeah, go for it.
Can you send the kids? They don't know about the music, so can you send the other room because she don't know about the music, and she's so upset.
Oh,
Okay, I can send you guys to another room.
Please, if you can.
I appreciate her participating. That was great. All right, so let's this is the part of Birds and the Beats where we kind of, relate it back to ourselves, okay? And if we can possibly either do this out loud or maybe in the chat, right? What is something that you take pride in? So for me, I take pride in doing, virtual enrichments, making some PowerPoints, bird watching, right? What are some things that you guys take pride in?
I take pride in playing sports. I love the competitiveness in it.
All righty, thank you.
Someone said my home.
Very nice, yes. What are some other things that we have?
Oh, someone said plants. So plants, home. We got some sports. All of that stuff is definitely something worthy of taking pride in. Can't take care of it without the love.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, we got Bianca said fighting for justice. Boom. Throw a punch for me, Bianca. Don't punch your computer, but just throw a good one.
Yeah. Cooking, all right.
Yeah.
All righty, yes. And this is amazing. This is your strength, right? This is what you can create and work towards and evolve over time. Okay. That's amazing. Thank you for all those answers. Taking pride in stuff is also something that makes us unique, but sometimes they're different, right? So what is something that makes you unique that you would like to share? Something that makes me unique, I wear a lot of Avenger stuff, right? I love my Avengers, okay? It brings me joy. It also helps me continue to talk to a sibling that is in another state right now. So very much looking forward to the new Wonder Woman movie. Yes, okay. Yes, Tanya, I see you. I see you. What's something that makes you unique? The Staples.
You gotta be unmuted.
Miss Tanya, unmute yourself.
I'm responding to another call.
Oh. Okay. All right. All right. What are some of the things that make us unique or different?
Love to play basketball. I love to play it. Love to watch it, play it, hear it, all of that.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. All right. And I'm sure your basketball skill versus my basketball skill are different, right? Okay.
Yeah.
That is okay. That is okay. That's what makes us awesome is that, you know, you could teach me something as much as I'm teaching Mr. Jovan something about birds and the beats. One of these days, if I ever get my cardio back up, right, he can take me out and teach me a few things about, basketball, because my go-to when I was younger, I was the tallest, right? So I just stood under the net, right? I have no dribbling game, nothing.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I got you, Peggy. Whenever you need.
Right. But that's, our uniqueness and things that we take pride in are things that definitely help us to share and collaborate with other people. Okay. All right. Now, lastly, and this happens a lot with siblings, right? Okay. I was a younger sibling, so I did everything that my brother did. Okay. Growing up, my older brother. All right. How would it make you feel? Okay, we can go good, bad, all right, kind of in the middle, kind of in between. How would it make you feel if someone did something the same exact way that you did all the time? Okay, what if they gave you credit for it?
I don't know, that's tricky.
Okay. How about you, Bianca? Okay, all right. Mr. Cam, what do you think?
Are you able to hear me now? Still
Yep.
can you hear me?
I hear you a little bit, not a lot.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's no bueno.
And that's the thing is emulating other people or copying other people, right, is a form of it's a form of endearment, but also it has to be done in a way that doesn't upset the other person, right? Okay, so in a way, we do a lot of modeling from youngers and on to olders, but we have to be able to kind of balance that out. So all right, that is the end of my presentation. Okay. And if any of you ever want to learn a little bit more, right, we have the Buffalo Ornithological Society here. Ornithological is just the study of birds. Okay. And a lot of it, they have a large bird collection at our Buffalo Museum of Science, which is pretty awesome. Mr. Jones and I on other occasions will use the Incredibox.com website to make our own jams and our own beats, which is really awesome. Google Chrome Lab is another great resource to kind of use virtually to make your own music. And yeah, are there any questions for me? Any comments, any feedback?
Well, I can tell you, it was phenomenal. I learned something new every single time, whether it's, I don't know, I just always learn something new. So great job, Peggy. And we love your enthusiasm and your love for birds and beats.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Got a couple thumbs up.
Thank you. All righty. I will stop share.
You already did, Miss Peggy. You don't
Yeah,
have
you
to
stopped
worry about
Okay.
sharing of it.
All right. All right.
All right.
My apologies.
It's all right. It's all right. Thank you, Peggy. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody, great job participating. Great job doing everything to help Miss Peggy have a smoother transition into her birds and beats conversation with us.
Can you hear me now,
Jax?
Devon?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I was going to
Okay,
introduce Cam into it. Here he is.
So is James Devon in the building right now? Until James get in here, we're gonna go
James
into
is here,
this.
guys.
Yeah, and before we do that, we're gonna go and play this quick video.
Ago, we made this volunteer believe she sunk a pair of blindfolded free throws, when earlier, with no blindfold, she missed 10 in a row. How will she do her second time at the line, now that she thinks she nailed those blindfolded buckets?
Oh, close. So close. So close. That's number one. All right, keep it going. Keep it going. Oh!
She's definitely getting closer, but no baskets yet.
You got this. You got this. You got this. Oh, you.
Wow. By making her think she sank those blindfolded shots, and by cheering and giving her positive reinforcement, it's almost like we hacked her self-confidence and got her to believe more in her natural abilities. In fact, out of 10 shots this time around, she ended up making 4. Quite an improvement. But what if one of our volunteers was already good at basketball? Whoa, this guy's got game. He made a whopping 9 shots from the line. Think there's anything we could do to make him worse?
Okay. So let's have you take one shot. All right? You think you can do it, guys? All right, Josh, let's give it a shot. 3, 2, 1. Not quite, but it's all right. Let's let him try a second time. It's a tough one. All right. Wow. Let's give it a shot, Josh. Hey. All right. All right. Well, look, the man is blind. Okay. Let's go ahead and take off the blindfold. So listen, it wasn't as easy as we thought, but let's have you do your 10 throws again without the blindfold. Okay. Just do your thing. 9 out of 10, maybe 10 out of 10. Okay. All right, let's see. You guys got his A game on? Come on, Josh. Whoa. All right, Josh. You got this, man. You got this. All right, that's 2.
Remember, this guy made 9 free throws earlier, but now it looks like the crowd's negative reinforcement is throwing him off his game.
Wow.
So Javon, can you hear me on this?
Yep, I'm all set.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so I wanted to show you guys that because your environment really matters. When you want to be successful, the people that you have around you, the feedback that you get, it really matters in the outcome of the situation. You can try to tell yourself a lot of positive things, but if you don't have that in your environment, it might be a little bit tougher for you to get where you want to go. So look to your left and to your right. Always check your peers and see, do I have a positive space? And give somebody else a hug if you can. Well, not right now because of COVID, but try to give people support, because that might be the difference between their success or their failure. So with that, is James Devon in the building?
Yep.
Hey, how you doing, Cam?
Pretty good, man. So, I know that you have a power workout for us, something that get us moving and get us sweating. I might get involved myself. If we have a little bit time after, I might just give you a couple Q&A questions,
Sure.
so go ahead, take it away.
All right, sounds good. What's going on, everybody? So checking in with you guys. I told you I'd be back. So we got a little bit of movement here today. So get some space wherever you are, spread out. We'll get through a little bit of a warm up. I'll always show you guys the warm up first. So as I go through the moves, you guys just get comfortable with them, and then I'll time them as we go here. So for our warm up, they're just going to be for 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So for the first one, we're just going to be doing squats. So just nice and easy. All you're going to be doing, feet are about hip width apart. All you're going to do is think about sitting that butt back down in the chair. So nice and easy, nice and control. We're going to be going for 30 seconds. So I'll start my watch. You guys can go ahead. This will be our first move. So 30 seconds, we're rolling. Nice and easy. Think about external rotation for your knees. So when you're sitting down, nice and controlled, coming right back up. Weights back on the heels. So we're rolling. Play through here about 15 seconds. Every time we finish a move, we'll go ahead and we'll take a rest for 30 seconds too. So keep on going. 5 more seconds here. You can get a couple more in. 3, 2, 1. So go ahead. Take your 30-second rest right now. So that's move number 1 in our warm-up. Number 2, we're going to go to walkouts. So you're going to be in a standing position, nice and tall. Drop in half, just a little forward fold, and then you're going to walk your hands forward out to that plank position, and then you're going to walk your hands right on back. So that's a walkout, nice and easy. We'll take our hands, walk them out into the high plank position, and then you'll walk your hands right on back. So 30 seconds, we can get rolling on that. Nice and easy. Don't rush it. Just think about strong shoulders, strong core. Take your time as you get into that high plank position. Remember to breathe. We have a 30-second rest after. So keep going. About 5 more seconds here, so get 1 more in. And perfect, good job. Go ahead, take your 30-second rest here. That was move number 2. Move number 3, we're gonna just do a march in place. So nice and easy, all we're gonna do, standing tall, you're gonna get your knees up about hip width or past if you can get it above. So just keep driving those knees, 30 seconds. We can start that now. So nice and easy. Just getting our heart rate up, getting our hips warmed up, nice and balanced. When we're doing the march in place, we're not trying to rock too much as you're going. Try to stay nice and steady, nice and balanced. Keep your core tight. In about 15 seconds, keep going. Nice work, everybody. Keep it up. Yep, almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, take 30-second rest right now. Last move is just going to be a pretend jump rope. So all you just need is a little space. Act like you're holding a jump rope in your hands. And then you're just going to get a nice little bounce on the balls of your feet. So we can get going, 30 seconds, nice and easy. You can kind of skip around the room, do what you want. You don't have to stay in one spot. You can go to each side, dominant in the left, dominant in the right, whatever you want, a little bounce. You can act like you're skipping it, right, if you're good at it. Remember when you were a kid. So keep going. Got about 15 more seconds. Getting our heart rate up a little bit. Last move in the warm-up. Yep, hang in there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Good job, guys. So if you got some water by, go ahead, get some water. We got about a minute rest. We're going to do 2 separate rounds. They're going to be 3 minutes each. All of the rounds are going to have 3 exercises in them. So round 1 will have 3 moves. Round 2 will have 3 moves. And it's going to be 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off for your rest time. And then in between the rounds, I'll give you a little bit of extra time to get some water, rest, take it easy, okay? So we still got a little rest time rolling. Heart rate should be up. So go ahead, catch your breath, towel off, get some water near you. But we're gonna get rolling on move 1. I'll show you move 1 before we get rolling. So plank with alternating toe tap. Back in the high plank. As you're in the high plank, you're tapping those feet out left to right. right. So we're here, step the feet out, left to right, nice and controlled. We'll be in that high plank for 40 seconds, tapping the toes out. At any point, if you need to come down and take a rest, it's okay to come down on your knees. So when you're in that high plank position, if that gets to be too much at all at any point, just drop down on your knees, take a little rest, and then come right back to it for the 40 seconds, okay? So you guys are almost about done with that rest time. If you want to go ahead, get comfortable in the high plank position, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Move number 1, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So high plank, alternating, tapping out those toes, nice and controlled. Trying to stay balanced, keep your core strong, arms are strong. Remember to breathe. 15 seconds, hang in there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Go ahead, take your 20-second rest right now. That was move number 1 in round 1. Move number 2 is going to be alternating reverse lunge. So you're standing nice and tall. As you're in that standing position, take that step back, and then you switch to the other side, right? So from the forward view, take that step back, and then you switch to the other side. Reverse lunge, alternating, so the same thing. We'll do 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. As much as we can, we're trying to keep that lead knee behind our toes, okay? So we can get rolling here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So take that step back, sink the hips straight on down. Go to the other side, sink the hips down. Every time you take that little step back, it doesn't have to be too far. Just keep alternating as you take that step back. There we go. Good job, everybody. Keep it up. Same thing, nice and balanced. Take your time. Not a race. Good. Perfect. If for any reason we have any hip or knee issues, we can just turn that into a regular squat, right? So if you have any knee or hip issues, you can't do it, just do a regular squat. We got about 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful job, guys. Nice work. So 20 seconds on that rest. That's move number 2 in round 2. Number 3, gonna finish with a good one, modified push-ups. So we're gonna have our knees come down. If you know what a regular push-up looks like, you're usually in that plank position, but we're gonna modify it. Knees come down, our hands are in the center of our chest, and then you're just trying to push your chest all the way down to the ground. As you come up, like you're pushing somebody away from you, push that floor away, right? So nice and controlled. Don't worry about getting a lot of them. Just make sure our form is good. Arms are tight to our body. Nice push-up. We can go ahead and get rolling on those in 3, 2, 1. Knees are down. Drop your chest to the floor, and then you're coming right on up, right? If that's too easy, we're doing our regular push-ups. Whatever we can for 40 seconds. Just make the form good. Working on our upper body strength. Keep it up, guys. Nice work. We got about 15 seconds. Keep working, keep working. Almost there. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful work, guys, on those push-ups and those modified push-ups. Those are not easy, so we're gonna keep getting those in throughout. So that's round 1, guys. We're done with round 1. Get some water, towel off, do what you need to do. Round 2 will be starting in about just 45 seconds. We're gonna start with ground to sky taps. So I'll show you what that looks like first. Standing, feet are a little bit wider than hip width. Go ahead, tap that ground. Come on up, hands go to the sky, right? So we're here, hands go up to the sky. If you want to add a jump in there, you absolutely can add the jump, okay? So that'll be move number 1. You're still in your rest time. We're not rolling yet. Move number 2 is going to be bicycle kicks. On your back, you're getting your opposite elbow to opposite knee, working on our core, driving those legs, right? So that's going to be move number 2. Move number 3, we're just finishing with jumping jacks. straight forward, get our heart rate up, nice and tall. Hands go over our head, feet come together, okay? So that'll be round number 2. We're getting that rolling in about 15 seconds, so towel off, get that water. We're back into the ground to sky jumps in less than 10 seconds. Feet are a little bit wider than hip width, right? We're gonna go ahead at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So nice and easy, sit that butt down, hands go above our head. Exactly, so nice and easy, guys. Nice and controlled. Like I said, if you add a little bit more intensity, go for the little hop at the top of that. Yep, exactly, perfect. Nice work, guys, but at the minimum, keep it working. Hands come all the way down to the ground and then over our head. Good job. Keep it up, we're almost there. Nice work, guys, about 15 seconds. Yep, think about your core being strong as you get to the top. Good. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful, guys. Go ahead, take your 20-second rest. We're going to the bicycle kicks next, okay? So we're going to be on our back. We're not pulling on our neck, you're just rotating. So in about 5 seconds, on our back, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just alternating opposite elbow to opposite knee. Nice and controlled. You're in that crunch position. Core is strong. Almost there. About 10 more seconds here, guys. Hang in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. So we got the jumping jacks to finish this off. We got 20 seconds on that rest time, right? And then we'll have another minute of rest after this round. So bicycle kicks done. Jumping jacks finishes it off. We're gonna get rolling in about 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So jumping jacks, let's do it. Yep, exactly. Nice work, guys. Modified version is you just take that step out to the side, right? So we're here. If the regular jumping jacks, we can't tolerate them, right? So right there for the modified version, for our regulars, we're going for the full 40. Hang in there. Yep, almost there. Keep it up. Nice work, guys. We got some rest time coming after this. And about 10 seconds. Keep it up, keep it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work, guys. Round 2 is done. Go ahead, get some water, towel up. We're gonna stick to those exercises. Nice and simple, straightforward for you guys, so we're not trying to remember a lot of stuff. We're just gonna keep getting comfortable with those moves, keep working through it, okay? So round 2 is done. We're going back to round 1, starting with the plank with the alternating toe taps, right? So we're in that high plank position. When you're in that plank position, you're stepping out those feet side to side, alternating, right? Got about 20 seconds on that rest. Take your time getting into that next round. Shake it out, do what you need to. Keep it up. We got about 10 seconds. Same thing, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. We're in that high plank. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go for it. Tapping those toes out to the side, nice and easy. Trying to stay nice and balanced. Don't let your hips sink. Try not to have our butt too high in the air. Nice work, guys. Keep it up. We're almost there. Under 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Go ahead, take that rest, 20 seconds. We got the alternating reverse lunge coming up next, right? So remember what that looks like. We're standing nice and tall. Take that step back, sink the hips, go to the other side, sink the hips, come right back up, okay? So we're rolling on those in about 10 seconds. Get our rest, shake it out. Don't worry about getting through a lot of this stuff, guys. Just make sure it's quality. And 3, 2, 1, so reverse lunge. Take the step back, sink the hips, yep. Trying to stay nice and balanced as you take that step back on the legs, right? Good. Nice and controlled, perfect. Standing nice and tall. Core is locked in here too. There we go, perfect guys, keep it up. About 20 more seconds here. Yep, good. See everybody working out there, good job. 10 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, finish up that move. Take that 20-second rest, guys. Good job, keep it up. We got the modified push-ups coming back, right? So we're just making sure that we're doing them with quality. Keeping our hands chest width apart at the minimum. Nice and controlled. Chest comes down to the ground. Come right up in that push-up, okay? If you're doing the regular push-ups, just make sure our hips are not sinking. We don't want our hips low. We don't want our butt high. Everything should be nice and flat. Hit your push-up. Come up nice and strong, all right? So we're rolling on that, guys. We got 40 seconds. We're into it. Go for any version. Just make them count. Remember to breathe. Almost there. Keep working, guys. Modify those. Got about 10 seconds here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Another modification for that, guys, just want to let you guys know if those are getting too difficult, you can use the wall also, okay? So if you're just leaning against the wall slightly, you can do a very modified version, right? If you're not comfortable with doing those, okay? So just wanted to throw that in there. So nice job, guys. Round 1 is done. We're going ahead and get some water again, getting into round 2, starting with the ground to sky jumps, right? So we're getting our cardio back up, getting that heart rate up. Make sure you're utilizing that rest time. And at any time, if you need more time to rest, go ahead, take it, okay? So we're starting with the ground to sky jumps. I'm gonna get rolling in about 10 seconds here. Keep it up, halfway through. So ground to skies in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So go ahead, tap the hands down, coming up overhead, yep. Perfect, so when we're doing our ground to skies, make sure we're sitting our butt back and down. We're not coming forward on our toes. You're sitting back on those heels. Yep, exactly, perfect. Good. Remember to stand tall. Keep that core engaged as we're doing this, right? About 20 seconds here. Good work, guys. Keep it up. I see everybody. Nice job. Under 10. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, guys. So 20 seconds on that rest. Going to our bicycle kicks again, right? So you're on your back. We're driving those knees opposite elbow to opposite knee. We're going to get rolling in about 15 seconds. Take your time. Make sure we're not pulling on our neck. You're just rotating. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we're into it. Slow or as fast as you need it to be. Just think about a strong crunch. Rotating at the neck, not pulling. Good, keep it up, guys. About 15 seconds. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work, guys. Keep it up. Good job. Hearts are definitely flowing now. So, bicycle kicks, done. Jumping jacks, last move in the round, right? So nice and easy. We got those hands going above our head as you take that jump. Remember, the modified version is take the step out, hands go above our head, right? So if you need to modify it, that's our modification. We're gonna get rolling here in about 10 seconds. Jumping jacks finishes this round in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go for it. Yep, exactly. We're into it, guys. Keep it up. Gonna be the only time we get to sweat all day. Let's make it count, right? Nice job. There we go. Yep, keep it up. We're almost there. Everybody working, I like it. 15 seconds. Ten seconds here. Hang in there. Feels longer when we're doing jumping jacks, doesn't it? 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job, guys. Go ahead, give yourself a hand. Nice job. Keep it up, keep it up. Go ahead, get some water, towel off, right? We're sticking right to the basics, going right back to round 1 with the plank alternating toe taps, okay? So you got 1 minute, rest, towel off, get some water, all that stuff. And then we're getting back into it. Plank, alternating toe taps, alternating reverse lunges again, modified push-ups, right? So we're just making sure our form is good. Like I said, for the push-ups, if you need to go against the wall, do the push-ups off the wall, because the regular ones and the modified in your knees are too hard. Go ahead and do that, okay? So we got about 20 seconds on that rest. Getting ready for our plank with the alternating toe taps again. Nice work, guys. Keep it up, keep it up. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rolling in 10 seconds here. High plank, alternating toe taps coming up next. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm into it here, guys. 40 seconds. Try to stay nice and strong in the chest and in the arms as you're going side to side. Remember to breathe. We're almost there. 15 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job, guys. Round 1 is in. So we got that 1. Plank with the alternating toe taps done. Alternating reverse lunges next, right? So we got that rest rolling. If you need to turn these into the squats, that's fine too, okay? So if we're having trouble with the single leg moves, just turn it into a squat. But for those that are ready, we can do those alternating reverse lunges. We're in 3, 2, 1. So go for it. Yep, perfect. There we go. So just take your time. Make sure as you take that step back, hips are sinking. We're not leaning forward, right? So here, weights back on that front heel. Perfect. There we go. Nice work, guys. Good. Keep it up. About 15 seconds here. Remember to stay balanced as I lose my balance. Good job, guys. Keep it up. And almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful job, guys. Nice job. Water, towel, rest. Do whatever we need to. Finish them with those modified push-ups, right? So same thing. We're going to be on our knees for those, or you can do the high military push-ups, whatever you prefer. Just make them count. So we got about 15 seconds on that rest. 10 seconds here. As many push-ups as you can with good form. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go for it, guys. Nice push-ups. We don't want our elbows flaring out too much, right? Open, nice and tight to your body. Everything is nice and flat. We're not sinking our hips. If we're modified, same thing. We're not sinking our hips. Everything should be nice and flat. Keep it up. We're almost there. About 10 more seconds here. Modify, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful work, guys. Go ahead, take that minute rest right now. Water for sure. Take advantage of the downtime, okay? So whenever you're working out, if you ever feel like you need a couple times to catch your breath before you get back into it, go ahead, listen to those cues, okay? You want to push yourselves, but you want to be smart. So go ahead, get that rest time right now. Starting back, we're going to do these rounds one more time each, and then we got a little bit of finisher work. Get our heart rate up to finish, because I'm sure it's not high enough as it is. You guys are doing a nice job. Keep it up. We're on that rest time for about 20 more seconds here. Round 1 coming back up. So we got those plank with the alternating toe taps, right? So you know what those look like by now. We're sticking to the basics. 15 seconds here, guys. Take another 15.
JD, I know you said this is a workout, but this is a workout.
Yeah, putting you guys through it today for sure.
Let's do it.
Hang in there, guys. We're almost there. All right, guys. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're back into it, guys. So alternating toe taps, right? So perfect. As much as we can. Staying nice and flat. If we need to, just stay in the high plank. Just trying to keep working for the 40 seconds. We're almost there. Another 10 seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Go ahead, take that 20 seconds. We know what's next. Alternating reverse lunges, right? So you're taking your time, getting up to your feet. Same thing, we're going for quality, not quantity. So you're taking your time. As you take that step back, everything's nice and balanced. Good, there we go. We're into it. Perfect. Nice work, guys. Yep, keep it up. Nice and balanced. Like I said, if we need to turn this into the squats, that's okay too. Perfect. Keep it up, guys. About 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, guys. Modified push-ups, the last one for this round, right? So we got the modified, easiest version. If by now we're ready for it up here, just go against the wall. Nice and easy. Get that push-up, okay? So we're finishing with the modified push-up.
So JD.
Yep.
We ended at 11:20. I wanted to give you some Q&A.
Oh, okay, sure.
You wanna finish this last round?
Yeah, we'll do the modified push-ups. We can end there and we can go through Q&A.
All right.
Perfect. All right, guys, so you heard it. Last move here. So 40 seconds for the modified push-ups, right? We're keeping those knees down. We're gonna get rolling in 3, 2, and 1. So we're going for it, guys. Nice and easy, last move. Finish it strong. Make them count. Everything's nice and flat. Almost there, keep working. About 10 more seconds. Get those last couple good ones in. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful work, guys. Nice job. Give yourselves a hand. Way to work on a Saturday.
JD.
How you feeling, Caleb?
You know, I watched Megan do this on her Saturday Academy. Now I know what it feels like.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think with this last 5 minutes, as a person is going through a workout process, they might meet that point where they want to stop. And I feel like this is something that translates to anything. You hit that wall, you want to stop, you don't know if you could go anymore. Whew, gotta catch my breath. How do you work past that feeling of want to stop?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question, Cam. And a lot of the times when I'm working with clients and people, that's one of the first things that they come up with. Really, what I like to tell people is just focusing on the small wins, right? So sometimes when people set goals, they set goals that are really high. So if you're not really in shape, and this can translate to a lot of things, like reading a book. So if you ever want to read a book, you don't go to the library and say, I want to pick a book that's 1,000 pages, right? My thing is go ahead, pick up a newspaper, read a paragraph of something, read a page of something, and then that's how you develop into long-term goals, especially with fitness. When people don't want to work out and it's tough and you're sore after the first time and you're miserable and you're hating it because you're out of shape, the big thing is taking the victory out of waking up that day and doing it for 15 minutes. Once you do it for 15 minutes, then it'll progress to 20, 25, 30. It gets a little bit easier, but always just reminding yourself that you're doing something for yourself. It's just investing in your own wellness. And if you can't do it now, it's just going to come back later. So getting the small victories done and then, you know, hanging your head on that instead of focusing on those big stressful goals that can seem a little bit too, big for our mind sometimes to comprehend.
Right. And so I'm gonna connect some dots, and you can tell me if I'm wrong. So brain training could be similar to strength training.
Correct. And it's funny that you said that, because there's a lot of exercises that I do that are considered cognitive because they're as good for your brain as it is for your body. So
what type of exercise do you do for that?
So if you ever do bird dogs, which is, I'll show you the move here. So you're going to be in this high plank position with a quadruped. You're going to push your right arm out and push the left leg back at the same time. So you're working your opposite planes, right, with your leg and your hand. So in conjunction, moving opposite sides of the body, you're going to make your brain think about that. You can't just do a squat. Doing a squat's easy. Everybody's done a squat. But when you're working your opposite leg and hand, makes your brain kind of fire in a different way.
So you can literally, physically, and mentally work out.
Yeah, pretty much.
You meant like playing Sudoku or something.
Yeah, yeah, definitely benefits of the exercise and the same movement.
Wow. So is there anything that you would like to tell kids? We're in a situation where a lot of kids are having to catch up on work. We're coming along this break, and they need to catch up on a whole semester's worth of work. How would you say to attack this workout?
Let's see. That's a good one. I would say always start with the most important stuff first. So if you ever, if you want to do a workout and you want to do an upper body, start with the upper body stuff first, because as you go on, you start to fatigue. And that's the same with schoolwork, right? So kids, when you wake up in the morning, you're starting with the important paperwork, homework, schoolwork first, and then maybe you can do a workout later in the day to feel better and get the energy back up after doing all that hard work.
Yes, sir. Jovan, how you feel about that workout? You got any closing comments?
I gotta catch my breath too.
Sorry to put you guys through it on a Saturday here, but you guys did a good job.
Nah, you don't have to apologize at all. That was phenomenal, man. We all need it. No matter how much you work out. But it was great, though. I want to tell you thank you for the opportunity of working out with you. This is my first time actually working with you, and I appreciate it.
Do you make at-home workouts, like any type of guide to follow?
Yeah, so I definitely do that. I have a gym that I work with. It's Revolution, but I definitely do programming for people. If that at all is an interest of people, they can definitely hit me up and let me know.
Cool. Do you have a website, preferred contact?
Yeah, so usually I just have people follow me on Instagram, and then that way it can be kind of point of contact. So JD_CFT on Instagram. So that's usually the way that people reach out to me, and then that's the easiest way to kind of get connected.
Go ahead and pop it in the chat. Get you a couple followers, man. A couple clients.
I'll definitely follow you after this.
Sounds good. Appreciate the opportunity, guys.
No doubt, man. Take it easy.
All right, man. You too. Bye, everybody.
So from there, before we get to our next presenter, I think it is a good moment to talk about what a growth mindset is. So Elmer, can you play this video for us?
Here are two seeds, both planted on the same day, in the same soil, in the same garden bed. One is very curious, full of life, and ready to grow as tall as it can. The other is filled with fear. What if the sun is too strong and burns my leaves once I grow, it thinks. Or what if a beast eats my tender sprouts? No way, not a chance I am leaving my shell. So, it remains still and stagnant, rigid in its place. The brave seed feels the heat of the sun above and starts to push hard out of its shell. Sure, it has doubts about reaching the outside world, but its curiosity is stronger than anything. I want to see all the living creatures of this garden, it thinks. I can't wait to feel the morning dewdrops on my leaves. The little seed keeps pushing until a single sprout comes out. It grows and grows through sunny, warm days. It even grows through colder, stormy days. because the brave seed knows that the sun will always return. Throughout life, you will have moments when you feel like either one of these seeds. The way we see the world around us and how we behave towards life is called our mindset. You can choose to have a fixed mindset or to have a growth mindset. When you have a fixed mindset, things can seem too hard. Negative thoughts might cloud your mind and you start to give up easily. I can't do this. You may believe that if you are not good at something, then you never will be. I'm just born this way. The obstacles you face can hold you back, and you begin avoiding challenges. What's the point of trying? Just like the fearful seed. However, you can always choose to have a growth mindset. A growth mindset helps you believe that your goals are within reach with effort and perseverance. Life is a great big adventure. It shows you that failure is a normal part of your journey. The obstacles you encounter will only make you stronger. Challenges and mistakes help me learn. You'll enjoy the challenges you face and become more resilient. I want to become my best self, just like the brave seed. Fear is a natural emotion. We all experience it, and it can make changing your mindset difficult. The important thing is to try. So here are some tips to switch on your growth mindset. Perfection does not exist. Aiming for perfection is like running a race without a finishing line. Trying to achieve it will only exhaust you. When negative thoughts fill your head, you can turn them around by simply adding "yet" at the end. See challenges as adventures. They will make you more resilient and can open new worlds. If you work hard, you will see progress. And don't worry about mistakes. They are a part of life, and we can learn from them. The good news is, the sun always comes out after a storm. By having a growth mindset, you might even find that a little rain won't bother you much at all.
Thank you, Elmer. So with that, we spoke on from the last video, the power of your environment and who you have around you, and how the way people can pick you up or put you down can affect your outcome. With this growth mindset, this is the internal part. This is the self-talk. If you don't understand something, it's not that you can't do it, you just don't understand it yet. Think of a challenge like an adventure. Perfection is not necessarily the goal. You might be trying to run a race without a particular finish, shooting for perfection. Just do the best you can. And there's a lot of challenges that we have right now, but a little rain might not hurt. I think you all are capable, and I think you all will prosper through this. So with that being said, I'm gonna kick it over to Benjamin Berry. How you doing, man?
I think he's getting all set up.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Great. All righty, let me.
So from my knowledge, because I'm new to the South Side culture, so Benjamin Berry is a veteran in this space. Jovan, you want to speak to Benjamin Berry real quick?
Yeah. So Mr. Ben Berry is a phenomenal circus artiste. Put a little finesse at the end of artist. But I just wanted to ask him exactly what helped them get into the circus acting as a whole. So did you have anything that you wanted to share, Mr. Ben Berry? I can't really hear you. I'm sorry, you kind of disconnected with your sound. Oh yeah, it's still not working.
It might be connected to your headphones, Ben.
Oh yeah, then you might, yeah. Good point, good point. Just give us 1 second, trying to brush out some technical difficulties real fast. Okay. Just 1 more second. But yeah, I can give him a little intro while he's getting his sound together. So like I said, Mr. Ben Berry is a phenomenal circus artist. I apologize for my son in the background too. But he's a phenomenal circus artist. I learned a lot from him, actually. I never know how to juggle, and now I catch myself walking around the house. I have 3 things around me, and I just start. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I'm back. My AirPods are being quirky today and don't want to work, but that's okay. So, what was your question? I think you asked me a question a second ago.
Yeah, so I was just wondering what exactly helped you get into circus arts before you got started on your activities.
Yeah, so I did not grow up dancing. The only kind of dancing I did growing up was Dance Dance Revolution, like that pad on the floor where you step on the arrows. And I was pretty good at that, but I didn't do any other kind of dance or movement. And then about 6 years ago, I actually picked up a hula hoop for the first time, and I couldn't do it. But after 5 hours, I could keep it up for 5 seconds, so I was hooked. And I went home, I went on the internet, and I learned that there's a whole international circus arts community. And it was a really good outlet for me because it's kind of like sports, but less competitive and more creative. And it's all about progress and all about that growth mindset, just like in the last presentation, where you just practice, 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 you get better, and everyone supports each other, and it's a really great community. And today, we are actually going to be crafting our own circus prop using household items and learning with it. And that is something called poi. So here's a pair of poi, P-O-I. And I'm gonna tell you a little bit more about these.
Do your thing, man. Do your thing. We're here for you.
All right. So, poi. What is poi? A poi is just a weight on a tether. So in this case, it's literally a sock with a bag of rice inside. But here are some other examples of what poi might look like. Here we have some LED poi, some other typical poi, sock poi, and traditional Maori poi. And that is where traditional poi comes from, is the Maori people of New Zealand. But then there's also an international poi community that has its own styles that branch off into a million different flavors. And we're going to be learning more of the international poi spinning today because that's what I have experience in. And here are some reasons to try poi spinning. On the physical side of things, it's low impact cardio. It improves your mobility and range of motion and flexibility. It improves your grip strength, which is really important for the elderly population. And it also improves your balance and coordination. So if you're someone who says, oh, I have 2 left feet, this can be something that can help you get more in touch with your body. And then we also have some really great cognitive, emotional, and social benefits, including increased focus and attention, increased spatial awareness, so being able to sense where your body is in space, stress reduction, and it can increase your confidence like any skill acquisition can. And, you know, the key is it's so fun you forget that you're also getting all of these wellness benefits. Really quick, I'm going to show a video that shows an example of both some Maori traditional poi spinning and some international poi spinning. So check this out. we have some LED poi. Fancy. And don't try this at home. We also have some amazing fire poi. All right, wasn't that awesome? We're gonna make our own poi now. So I'm going to play a video and we're gonna learn how to make our very own sock poi. So check this out. So here is a pair of sock poi. Mine just happened to have puppies on them. And here's what you're gonna need. I'm gonna give you some time to go grab it, don't worry. So we need a pair of socks. You need socks that come up to about mid-shin length or longer, right? Because you can't really spin an ankle sock. You need something to put in the poi. So you need some rice. You could also use lentils. You could use dried beans, something that is shelf safe, in a 1/2 cup measure. And you need something to put the rice in so that it doesn't all spill out of your sock in case you get a tear. So either a small sock or a plastic bag. Here's some other examples of things I've put in. This is a stress ball or a juggling ball. That's another Circus Arts craft that I've done. And if you're really desperate, you could even put a piece of fruit in it, but I wouldn't recommend it because it's not shelf safe. All right, now I'm gonna give you 60 seconds to go grab everything you need. So again, you need a pair of long socks. You need 1/2 cup measure to put some rice or other loose dry material into the poi. And then you need something to contain the rice as an extra layer of protection. So either a plastic baggie for each or a small sock that you're gonna pour the rice into. 30 more seconds. Grab your materials. "15 seconds. Oh, sorry, I ended it early. 1 sec. A little more time to get your materials. All right, and it's time to craft. So I recommend putting the rice in a Tupperware container, and then you're gonna take the thing that's going inside your long sock, so the baggie or the short sock, you're going to pour 1/2 cup of rice into that barrier, and this is going to be the weight of your poi. With the sock, I like to twist it and fold it over itself. And again, this is just so that if you get a small tear in your long sock, the rice isn't going to spill all over your home. Here, I'll also show what I do with the plastic baggie. With the baggie, one thing that I do recommend is closing it most of the way, opening the end and then squishing the air out so that it doesn't pop. And again, I like to twist the end and fold it over itself just for a little extra protection and to make it more of a round shape at the end of the poi. Okay, so once you have your filling ready, it's time to put them inside of the long sock. And again, if you're really desperate, you could put an orange or an apple or a lemon or something inside just for today. But if you want these to last, then you want to use something dry. So here I have a very good technique. I just put it in, I bounce it around, I spin it around, and I do whatever I can to get the weight to go on the end of the poi. And then you tie the handle. So the end, you want to leave a little bit hanging off at the end, because this knob in the little bit is going to be what you hold on to when you're spinning the poi. So go ahead and fill your socks if you aren't already. Again, I bounce, bounce, bounce. I give it a little spin if I need to. And you want to make sure that when you tie the ends, your handles are even, just so that everything feels all nice and balanced. And there we go. You have your own pair of sock poi to practice with now. So let's come back. Okay, so you want to find a little bit of space, enough space that you can hopefully stand up, spread your arms out, and turn in a circle without hitting anyone or anything. And we're gonna start with a little warm up with these just to get our bodies and brains moving. So I'm gonna play some music. All right, let's come to the center. Find your feet right under your hips. Find your shoulders over your hips. Let's take them up, back, and down. And then reach up and crawl with your head. Find a nice palm. As you inhale, you can go out to the side, up your head, feel your lungs up like blue. Hold it at the top for a second, and then exhale through the mouth and lower your breath. Good. Let's do a couple more like that. Breathe in. Audible exhale. Again, breathe in. And out. Good. Now, I want you to stretch everything out. Just slip your feet out a little wider, turn out the toes, make a big stretch with your body, reaching shape, full state of extension. And then I want you to bend the knees, bend the elbows, curl the head and tail in, and bring the leg close to the body. Make a little ball shape. Full state of flexion. Now breathe in, and we spread out. We just step back to that neck to the middle. Quite far away from the center of your body. Curl the other way. Bend the elbows. Body, and spread it out, reach the shape. Let's do that again, speed it up. You can curl in and reach to the side. Curl, reach, curl to the middle. This time, I want you to reach your own way. So maybe if you reach a different direction, you can balance on one leg. So the point is, you're reaching with the arms of your legs, your are far away from the body. And then curl in. Let's do that again. Find a new way to reach. Release all of your limbs. Look at the screen. I want to meet shape. Good. And then curl back to that. Do one more. Reach your own way. Come back to center. Come up the spine. Start holding it quite side. We're just going to look left and right. For those of you who are sitting, you can absolutely do this as well. Face me. Let's look up and down. Wrap around my body. start spinning your poi forward. So it's kind of like train tracks. You want to think as if you're walking down a narrow hallway. You don't want to hit the walls on the side, right? So that means you don't want this. You don't want to be wonky. You don't want to be diagonal. You want to very much be flat at your left and right. Your right. And by sitting a little more and bobbing a little more up and down, you can help prevent any using your blade. So once you got it spinning forward, let's try taking a few steps forward, if you can, like the camera, and backwards. Forward while spinning forward, backward while spinning forward. And then from your spin forward, get back into the swing forward and back. The knee bob. All right, then swing it forward, spin it backward. Again, focus on that up and down to prevent it from getting wonky. And try taking steps while spinning backwards. Forward and back. In the forward and back direction, now we're working left and right. Very flat in front of you. Next time you cross, when you uncross, I want you to swing so they're both spinning inward, arms extended, eyes extended. Again, I'll show you. I swing. And from that cross, I swing out to spin them in. This is an arm toner. You're going to feel this in your bicep, your shoulder. It's all good. And again, if you want to, then you can bob your hands with this. Maybe try it. And see how slow you can. Up. And slow it down. Good. Slow down the point. Stop. Now we do something else. Now that we've done the direction. That is something I call a pendulum or a lantern. So let's start with this one. It's a shape. You're going to top it, kind of like a grandfather top. Do it high, you can do it low. So now you're spinning the point right at the moment. And I like to keep the fingers flat while they're ready. Right in front of you. Trying it, do circles with the arms. Do one reverse direction. Bring that weight to your side. Let's try the other arm. Start with the circle, doing it across the body, up and down. Which direction? Circle the other way. Swing low, swing high. And when you're doing this, you're learning how to like ease it into a stop to reverse direction. So that's really important in poi, is having control of your momentum. Now bring bring both hands together. Let's try some where the hands stay glued together. Circling and swinging. Good. Good. Maybe find that beat. Going very slow or quick. Great. Both the way out to the side. Great arm. One goes up, one goes down. Just give them one swing across and back to the same side. Other one goes up, other one goes down. Swing across and in. So now your boy are doing the opposite. They're almost mirroring each other. One goes high, one goes low. They both go across at the same time. Try that. Bring it back to center. Let's learn one more thing. You might want to watch me the first time I do this. I'm going to do a little turn pattern. The way that I do this is I do that twist where I twist one side, I twist the other side this way, and then the third time I'm going to step with it. I'm going to take 3 little steps. Step, step, step. And when I end, I'm facing this way. I'll show you that together without talking. And then you can go the other way, twist the other way, twist this way, and then with that third twist, you step onto the foot on that side, step, step, step. Got it? You want to try it with me? Thumbs up? Okay, awesome. So I'll start over here. I think it'll look like I'm twisting to the right, twist to the left, step on your right foot, and turn, and step. And then you kind of do it over here. Twist left, twist right, turn to the left, step to the left, step, step. Let's try it one more time. Right. Twist to the left, step to the right, and turn. Now we go the other way. Twist to the left, twist to the right, step, step, step. Good.
So Benjamin,
All right, that's looking great.
Benjamin, can you hear us?
What's
Can you
that?
hear us? Can you hear us? We got 4 minutes left.
4
Is
minutes?
is it a cool down process?
Yeah, we were gonna do a little dance. Why don't we just put together everything that we just did? Boy in itself is very almost like Tai Chi. And because it's such a okay.
Would you be able to turn the music down a little bit?
Yes. All right, people. Let's put what we just learned together in a little sequence, and then I'm going to give you a couple of resources to leave, and then we'll move on to the next session. So here's how it starts. We're gonna start by getting in that little ball shape. Oop, wrong song. There we go. So we start by arms to the side, other side, circle around. Crisscross here, one on top, one below. Again. own thing, so freestyle. Choose one, you choose both. Okay. Circle. Bring it back. We do our little swing forward and then forward. Forward and back. Swing to reverse. On the left, step, step, step. Get ready for the other side. Swing. Swing. Step, step, step. We're gonna do each side. Swing. Swing. Step, step, step. Swing. Swing. Step, step, step. Everyone curl into a little ball. All right, let me share a couple of quick resources with you. So here are a couple of my favorites. Kate here is the founder of spinpoi.com, and she lives in New Zealand, and she has done a bunch of different studies in the scientific community and found actual benefits for poi. So definitely check her out if you're curious about the science of poi, and also poi for senior care. And then Ben Drexler, or Drex Factor Poi on YouTube, is my favorite resource for beginner poi spinners, which all of you are now that you have your own set of poi. And he has a whole library of awesome free tutorials on YouTube. So definitely check out Kate from SpinPoi, Drex Factor Poi on YouTube. And then last but not least, me. If you like today's program, I've been doing virtual creative movement and circus arts programs for all ages, K through 12, as well as seniors. Here's my email. That's the best way to reach me if you are curious about what I do and you want to bring me in to do a workshop or residency with your population. And I hope that you feel great after, getting a little poi in today. And I hope that maybe you'll pick it up as a hobby and practice it beyond today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
You had Jovan getting active. Jovan got his poi going.
I saw. Oh, I saw.
Right, yeah. I hit a couple things, but it was all right. I fixed it.
Bianca's dog tried to take her poi,
Yeah, I'm looking in the comments really quick, or in the chat. It looks like someone's dog stole their poi.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you, Benjamin.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Would you mind closing the share screen?
Yes. All right, enjoy the rest of the program, everyone.
Have a good day, man. So next up, we got Idris and Emeka, two amazing artists in Buffalo. We're gonna do pretty much a father-son Q&A and understand the thinking that goes behind the work that they do. But before that, Elmer, you wanna play this quick video for them?
There are lots of ideas how you can change the world. Some people think you should just complain about it.
That won't change the world. It'll just make it mad. Some people think you have lots of money, making it rain everywhere you go. Holla for $1. Some people think you have to be really loud and yell a lot. It's like with a bullhorn shouting, "Hey you, yeah you, do it my way right now, you heard?" Other people choose to just make fun of everything. That's dumb, everyone's dumb. It's easier to make fun of stuff, but it's cooler to make stuff. Some people think changing the world can only be done by the smartest person in the world. Just put them in a room, let them figure it out. The solution of world hunger? Food. Wow, that was like so amazing. Some people see the bad in the world and they just decide to ignore it, but that won't help anything. Some people think you have to be really famous and super cool. In fact, lots of people think you have to be really powerful to make a difference, like being mayor or senator or president. But the truth is, a title doesn't make you more important. The world is changed by you. It's one person filled with love. And they just have to live it out, so they do something awesome. Then that person is filled with love, and they do something awesome. It just goes on and on and on and on. And the next thing you know, everything's awesome. Some people think it's impossible to change the world.
It's impossible to change the world.
Well, you can see why they could think that. Living in the world with kids who are hungry, people who are homeless, families weren't happy. I'm just trying to figure it out like everybody else, man. But I do know this, though. Next time you feel overwhelmed or totally alone, remember this. Things don't have to be the way they are. The world is changed by ordinary people. Little people living out big love. And that's what gives the world a reason to dance. So, how do we change the world? At the start of this year, I asked all you guys to make the year more awesome. Time to be awesome now! Make this year awesome for somebody else. Whether it's helping the homeless with Stoptober, throwing a parade for somebody, or giving an inspired gift. You can see my holiday gift guide by clicking here. You help prove that the internet can be an awesome place. Thank you, but we're not done yet. This coming year, let's show the world what awesome really looks like.
Soul Pancake, subscribe.
I love.
All right, Elmer. So we saw 3 videos today. We saw a video on the power of your environment, how people boosting you up or speaking negatively on you can affect your outcome. We saw another video about growth mindset and how this is the internal part of it. We spoke on the external, now this is the internal part of it. And if you have a fixed mindset, you're gonna look at everything like a challenge that you can't get past, and that's not gonna work for you. Once you have that internal talk correctly, now how do we change the world? You might not always get the results that you're looking for or the feedback that you were looking for, but you just gotta stay awesome. You gotta stay you and fill other people with love, and eventually that's gonna roll out in a way that you can never imagine. So you just gotta stay focused, stay humble, and it's gonna work out. Now, segueing into 2 legends in Buffalo, father and son, Idris and Emeka. How y'all doing today?
Yeah, we got it. I'm doing well. Yeah, we're super.
well?
Man. I mean, yeah, all things considered, we're very grateful. Everything is doing our best, man.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm used to seeing you guys on separate occasions, and especially on Saturday Academy. I feel like people are used to seeing Idris, and then now they're used to seeing Emeka for two different things. And you know, just having you guys side by side, I really want to have this session to pick your brain, because we're talking about 2 different generations right here. Still 2 guys cooler than a fan, but different generations. So we might have different outlooks, right? So kicking it off, Idris, seeing your son grow up doing something similar to what you do, what's something that you would want him to understand that you already went through?
Well, interestingly enough, I mean, he's advanced. He's just really, from whatever all of the decisions we've made, you know, my wife and I, Alexa, with our boy, and in this case with Emeka, is like he's picking up things that we didn't learn until our adult years. So like one of those traits is like knowing that sometimes it's okay to say no. Right? Like, because if you have a skill and you have a talent and people want to use your services and you have a big heart and kind heart, and you want to help people, your immediate always your first response is always, oh, absolutely. And then you pile your plate up. So without us even having to tell him that, he's already established that for himself, you know, like, so we're just letting him develop and grow. And we're just on this, we're on constant standby for when he does have questions, because he's only 16. So there's a lot of things that, you know, he still has to learn. At the same time, though, it's just been very interesting watching him come up with his own, you know, as his own person and artist.
So Emeka, you know, he's saying that this is something that you're learning, you're advanced. It seems natural. Was there a process of you learning to say no?
Yeah, there was a point in time where actually I would say that I had the tendency to say no when I was first starting, you know, because I was just starting getting into it, so I didn't really want to disappoint anybody, if that makes sense. Then I got more comfortable, and I learned to take more orders and work faster and put myself under my own pressure. And then now it's at a point where I can say no comfortably instead of feeling bad about it, because you know, I have a lot of people that want my services, and they can understand where I'm coming from, you know, being in school and all, and having to organize my work.
Was it tough for you learning to monetize your craft? Putting a dollar amount on it.
A little bit. I've been doing this for 3 years, and the third year, you know, it's blowing up beyond my expectation, because I haven't gotten this level of monetization, you know. It's at a different level now than what it was a year ago, 2 years ago.
So do you have any examples with you right now to just show people what it is that you do? I know what you do, but do you have anything nearby? Any sneakers, any paintings?
Yeah, I have one.
So while he's doing that, Idris, was there a process where you decided to make money off of your art? You know, how do you set that rate? How do you quantify that?
It's a challenging question, because it always fluctuates, like as far as how, you know, there's not a rate, so to speak, you know, like every project is individual. There are some things that are pretty static, you know, like if I'm doing graphic design, right? Graphic design has an hourly rate with it. And so if it's anybody just kind of starting out, like we have these conversations all the time, you know, if he's doing something that we've already done or I've already done, you know, he'll say, well, Dad, you know, what do you think about blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, the baseline, especially for any teenager, right? If I'm talking about teenagers and they're doing a craft and they want to, you know, kind of earn something from it. The easiest place to start is like, what is the minimum wage right now? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, if you're going to be working, which is what you're doing with your craft, and you know, you going around a corner to a restaurant or whatever, you know, Tim Hortons or whatever, what would they be paying you? All right, so if you don't know what to charge, at least charge that. So that way, you know, at the end of, you know, 4 or 5 hours, and you've been, you know, working $15 an hour, you made $60 today. Like, so little things like that. But as you get more professional in your craft, I mean, that rate obviously increases, you know?
So one of the things that I'm trying to highlight through this is growth mindset, environment, things like that. And you kind of alluded to the space you and your wife give him to do what he does, and it's just like it's gonna flourish. But from your background, what was your environment like? You're trying to hone your craft, was that something your family was just on board with from the jump?
Nope. And that's the reason why it means so much. So two things. One, no, like I came, my both of my parents are artists. However, both of them struggled, you know, and understandably so. You're talking in the 70s, you know, and so they were of the mindset of get a job, you know, and understandably so. I totally get it. Take care of yourself. And so as an artist, I wasn't afforded the ability to say, you know, to have parents be like, yo, go do, yeah, I got, what you want to do? Well, okay, go do it. I always had to make my decisions very on my own and against the grain, because I had to be honest and true to who I felt I was as an artist. But it wasn't until I was an adult where I gave myself that permission. You know, obviously, if I'm a child living in the house, I wasn't that kind of kid that was going to be bucking the system in the house, you know. So in leading me becoming a parent with my wife and I, like, that was paramount for us to like to see something in our children and be like, you want to do what? All right, cool. We're going to support you. Like, we're going to support whatever you're putting actions into. We've always told them we don't support, we're not supporting your wishes. Like, but if you want, we'll support your efforts.
Right.
I don't want to hear wishes about, I wish I could. If you're doing something, show us something, and then we got you, you know. So he brought his sneakers or some samples.
So what I do is I transform shoes, if you can see it for focuses, but I transform sneakers into artwork that I just paint on it. You know, these are a sample sneaker. These are my personal pair that I painted on. You know, I have a bunch of different styles that I like to incorporate on a sneaker. And then just here's a plain custom.
These were all white originally. Yeah. So it's the Ohio State gray and Ohio State red. So they were all white originally. So he can
just Air Force One, right?
Yeah, the traditional Air Force Ones. Yeah.
And so Emeka,
I'm gonna show you one pair too.
While he's doing that, Emeka, you know, you're an artist, you're an athlete, you're a student. There's a lot of things on your plate. And I feel like there's a process that you're still learning yourself. So how do you deal with feelings of maybe doubt or confusion through this process?
I've built up a tolerance to doubt, you know, like I don't really doubt myself or my skill anymore. I do have concerns or a little bit of confusion now and then, because I'm not one to, you know, like run around in pristine sneakers, you know, so I don't know if I always have this notion that my sneakers will not hold up because of my failures in the past. I was not taking proper precautions in preparations for making the customs, you know, prep before I put the paint on, or proper layers, and using proper paint, because I was using acrylic paint, which is not the correct paint to use. It chips and fades off, you know. So, and I've always had those failures in the past, and now I'm at a different level where I know that I'm there and that they're protected, but I always have this lingering flashbacks, yeah.
and you don't know the habits of the clients and how they care for sneakers too. So that's the other part of it. So once they leave here and they're fully coated and protected and everything, the concern is like, man, how long they gonna last? Like, man, what are they, you know, are they taking care of their sneakers? So, and that's something that he can't control. You can't control that part, you know?
Right. So I'm gonna toss the same question to Idris, and then Jovan, you can hit them with your questions too. So Idris, over the years, you know, you coming from an environment where you had to carve the lane out for yourself. The environment was a little bit different. You went through working a regular job as you transition into eating off your art. So how did you deal with doubt, especially you have a family, things like that? How do you work through that?
It's a great question, man. Well, the thing is that the doubt is always there. The doubt is always there. However, the doubt should never be louder than the confidence in your ability.
Come on.
like that's the difference, you know. Like you could always, if you look upon what you've accomplished in the past, that's the confirmation for you to proceed and move forward. Like yeah, like so I do murals, and everybody's like, oh, but the mural's great. They don't know that weeks before that I'm doing that mural, I go through this process of, man, why did I say yes? How can I do this, man? Dang, I don't know if this is big.
Yeah.
All I got to do is look back to what I've already accomplished, because I had those same thoughts then. So those thoughts are not factual, you know? So you stand on what you've already accomplished, and you move forward in confidence and in curiosity. Like that's what moves me forward, is curiosity, because the curiosity cures the doubt for me, you know?
Yeah. Jovan, hit him with your questions.
Fellas, you're incredibly humble and you're great at what you do. I just wanted to make sure I said that too. But
Thank you.
My first question is, I know sometimes people do something for just as a hobby, and then when you add a money aspect to it, it starts to die down, like you don't even like it anymore. Has that ever crossed your mind before? Either one of y'all, that's for both of you.
Is that for either one of us? Okay.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you can go.
I sort of have a split between the two. I'm a designer for a job, you know, sneaker designer, clothes designer. And then I'm an artist as a hobby, you know, because I always have fun making different art, but then there's a difference between making money for that art and just painting for fun. Because, you know, you always want to have an outlet or want to do something in your free time. And then there's something that is not really your free time because you have their schedule, your customer schedule that you need to adjust to. And that's what I call my job. It may be boring sometimes, but you know, you make a living off of it too.
Yeah, for me, I haven't being that it's different when you make the decision and the choice on your own. And that's what this is all about. All of the decisions that I've made, you know, the things I've said yes to, things I've said no to, are because they're guided by what I say I'm going to do, which is create a lifestyle to where I can live as my greatest self, which is means that I was gifted with these talents. So why not use these talents? So when these opportunities come, like very, very rarely do I feel like you know, like it's a burden, you know, because in the end, right? In the end, I'm providing a service for somebody. And that is what makes me feel good. And being compensated for it even makes it better. You know?
Definitely. So both great answers. And then I only got one more question. So I didn't know this background, but Cam kind of spoke on it. I don't know if Idris has like an athletic background as well, but Emeka, I heard that you had the athletic background. As far as maybe sports athletes or just anybody that comes to you and says, just go ahead and do something to my sneakers, do you have one sport that you may lean more towards, or like a television show or a certain color that you may lean more towards?
It's funny because I told myself that no matter what, that I did not want to do NFL cleats, you know, because just doing regular sneakers, you know, I have that notion that, you know, they may chip away or something. And then there's a whole different process for doing cleats, especially at an NFL level. I've always wanted to do the NBA, you know, because they're the closest to streetwear. But NFL players got the spikes, you know, they could get up on the design and stuff. But there's a whole different process, you know, you have to do a bunch more prep, sandpaper. That's an added process, more factory finish, you know, and then more layers to the paint, which takes more time. And I never really painted on cleats before, so that was a new thing to me, and it was difficult. So I just got to trust the process and trust that I know what I'm doing.
Idris, did you have a different approach at all?
Give me the question again.
So basically, like having that sports background, or like, did you lean more toward whenever somebody comes to you with a product, and they ask you to do something for them, do you lean more towards a certain like television show, certain color, or certain sport or anything at all?
No, one of my if it comes to like clients and delivering on work, one of my best attributes is listening. That's what it comes down to, you know, because I listen for couple things, but two things. One, I listen to see what it is that this person is looking for. And then it goes to, okay, I think that I can deliver that, or I'm not going to be able to do that, but here's the person that you can get that best service from. Because I'm not going to give anybody half a half of, you know, I'm not going to do any job where it's not 100% all in, you know. So, you know, that's listening. If you're an entrepreneur, listening is a big component and a big piece of success. Because if you're not listening and you're delivering things that people, that they don't necessarily want, or they didn't convey, that they, you know, express to you, you're wasting time and you're wasting people's money as well.
Definitely, I like that. For me, I buy a lot of shoes that are like extravagant already, but I always had an open mind to having people potentially like paint on my shoes or do something for my shoes. So if you can, I would love for y'all to put your business contacts in the chat so people can kind of open up to that. But I'm all set, Cam. You can go ahead with everybody else.
Okay. Pranesia, I'm gonna weave your question into one of mine, but for Idris, you have a process of using music for your painting. You know, you'll put your headphones on and that'll be how you make your different marks. Where did that come from for you? And do you have any examples close to you?
Yeah, I do. That's too big. Oh yeah, hand me that one. That one right there. Yeah, I got artwork all over the place. So,
and mind you, he's wearing his own hoodie too.
Yeah. Yeah, this is from there's a wall that's right on the Say Yes building. This mural is right on the Say Yes building. Right down at Main and Tupper. So for my art, I have a background in music. I've gone through several iterations of, you know, who Idris is. And I basically kind of, once I had my family and children and things, I had a decision to make. And at that time when I was doing music was not, you know, I wasn't eating off music, which is why I was now eating off art, right? Because art just became a vehicle that was much more supportive, and you know, it was able to validate the decisions that I was making as far as putting some sandwiches on the table, you know, so to speak. So me painting now abstract through music, the connection is me walking away from my time spent as a musician, because it was very painful for me to leave music alone in order to grow up, right? And just kind of go into the workforce and do what I had to do and leave the real Idris behind, you know, just to provide. So that's the connection, you know. And so what I do is here's some pieces. This is a piece here. Well, I'll put them side by side. So this is this one is like a jazz piece here by a guy named Yusuf Deis. And which one is this one? Oh, this one is actually one of my own songs called Good Morning Amy. So every piece, every line, every color is a different instrument. So I just listen to this music, and the music kind of tells me what color it's going to be by the feel and how it sounds. And it also has a movement. So it's like, imagine if anybody plays music out there or reads notes or read music notes, I figure out a way to create my own musical notation. That's what this is. So this is, you know, these are the small ones. I have really big ones that are, you know, 4 feet big, you know, murals, you know.
So this is a question for both of you. What would you say for any youth trying to be entrepreneurs? And also, how has COVID impacted entrepreneurs or yourselves?
I'll start the second question first. COVID hasn't really affected me in any way. besides the fact that I get more business than I have because I have a lot more free time and I'm always in the house, you know, so there isn't anything holding me back. And I do online school, so I can always just listen in, you know, while I'm creating, and still be active in school. And then I also do take precautions, you know, sanitizing the boxes that are delivered to me and everything, and sanitizing the money. That's crucial too, because you know.
How you sanitize your money?
I just use like a wet wipe or something, like a dry wet wipe.
Yeah.
You know, because money gets tossed around everywhere. But can you say your first question again? Oh, any advice?
Any
Okay.
advice for entrepreneurs? Young entrepreneurs.
The most crucial advice that I still live by is that you have to have fun with what you're doing, you know, because then you could do it for years and years to come. You won't ever get bored of it. And they can always move on from it too. You can always be satisfied with what you did. Like I did that. I feel like I could take a break from that now because I had fun with it. It was a good time. And if you're having a good time and having money and, you know, compensation for it, then that's a great thing because the money can stockpile before you even know it, you know, because time flies when you have fun.
Easy. And for Idris, say a young guy comes up to you, a young guy or girl comes up to you and they want to get some sort of business going for themselves, whether it's art related or not. What would you tell them to look out for?
Well, when I have a background in teaching, and so I used to have these conversations with students a lot. And, you know, I go around the room and ask them what they were good at. Like I always start there. What are you good at? You know, what can you spend hours at a time doing? And there were sometimes some people would, you know, have some focus like, oh, I like doing this. I like doing this, blah, 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 blah. And I just remember one time, this was years ago, this one young lady said, she was like, I don't have nothing. I was like, you don't have anything that you're good at, nothing that you like really like doing, that you spend hours doing, you know, nobody has to wake you up to do it. Da, da, da. She was like, no, not really. Well, I mean, I like talking, right? And so she looked at it as like, she didn't see any value in it, right? So I just said, are you familiar with, you know, I went down just a long Rachel Ray and all these other, Oprah Winfrey. I went down the line. I said, what do they do? And the light just went off in her head. Like, I don't have no idea what this young lady is now. You know, she's got to be in her early 20s, late 20s now. But so that's where I start. What do you have now? Like, what do you have with you? Like, we're all about, in our house, is about creativity, is about being resourceful, looking what's around you, not saying that I'm going to be good at when I have whatever, like I got to go buy this, or I got to go, what do you have right with you that's in your, that's in your reach right now?
And to throw it back to what you said before, it's about the action, not the wishes.
It's the action. What are you going to do? What can you do right now? You know, and that's it, man. And then along the way, the next part is like, once you start taking the action, you'll find the people that fall in place to help you get to wherever you need to go next. That's just how it goes. You're not going to, you know, you can't wish to go outside without opening the door.
Come on.
Go outside.
Yeah.
So come on, I'm like.
so boom. You mentioned that you have a background with teaching. Emeka, you're also a student right now, right? I feel like we're in a situation where this is a whole new environment for kids in terms of what education is, right? And education could be a lot of different things. You know, it doesn't have to be one particular way, but the power of it.
Absolutely.
Can you speak to the power of education?
Yeah, the power of education. I'll put it like this. This is a friend of mine brought something to my attention, which I didn't even pay attention to. So he's in high school right now as a junior, right? Our oldest son is a sophomore at Damon right now, right? That's two Black boys in school, right? We know that typically, stereotypically speaking, what people's expectations of Black boys are. So at the minimum, I got two in school, right? One in college, one in high school. On top of that, I am now in at UB going for my Master in Fine Arts degree. So all three of these Black young men and boys in this house right now are all in school at the same time, right? Then my wife, you know, is also certified. She went back to school.
Come on.
To go for her culinary degree. So she's a licensed chef. You see what I mean? So that's the power of education. Like, if you're looking to contribute, if you're looking to be a contribution and make an offering into the world, your education is not going to ever stop, because if you care about what you do, you're going to want to get better at what you're doing. And the only way to do that is to educate yourself. Does it mean you got to go to college to get that education? Not necessarily. But are you opening books? Are you going to websites? Are you watching lectures? Or are you spending time just video gaming? You know, like, so that's what it's about. You know, education is being on this Saturday Academy and listening.
Is mom close by?
Mom's cooking.
Okay.
Mom's cooking. She's got a cooking show to do at 1 o'clock today. So she's busy preparing right now.
And it's just like, you know, I know both of you guys have been on Saturday Academy separately, and Idris, you also worked for Say Yes before.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted you guys to do it together. But, you know, she's always on my mind too, in the sense of she's a strong part of the unit.
Oh, my, goes without saying. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know? She's the one who puts the battery in all three of us.
Come on.
Yeah, she's the, you know, the matriarch and the glue of our household without a doubt. Seriously.
So I definitely don't want to leave out mom in the equation. Mom is a strong part, and she's always
Did you hear your shout out, like?
No, but I'll take it.
Yeah, shout you out for holding it down and being who you are.
Thank you.
So when it comes to putting yourself out a lot, you know, you have to create. You're a student, you're a teacher, you're a father, you're a brother, you know, athlete. When it's time for you to get your recharge, what do you do? Because I know there's this mentality of progression, there's this mentality of action. So you don't want to waste time. But how do you decipher between wasting time and relaxing and recharging?
You want to take that? What do you do? I know what you do. I know what he does.
Well, previously, but it comes to a point now that I do have a tendency to work every day, you know, because during the summer I devoted myself to working every day to improve my work ethic and craft and to stay motivated.
Yeah.
But there is a point, if you're talking about relaxing, I usually do that during the night, you know. Late at night, I did my work for today, you know, school, did a artwork or something, and then 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I'm in my bed, you know, on my iPad or something, or playing the game. But what was I saying again?
You were just saying about how you relax, like what do you do to relax?
But there is a point where you become unmotivated or you have artist block. You know? My personal way to get out of it is you know, sleeping in, but then also using my hobby to get out of it, because my artist block usually comes from my job. You know, I'm unmotivated to do something that isn't entertaining me as of right now.
Uninspired, unmotivated. You're motivated, you're uninspired.
Uninspired, you know. I'm in the middle of a piece. I'm like, I'm not sure how I feel about this. So then I can just pick up a canvas, because I also am enrolled in AP art and I need requirements for that. So I could just go freestyle on a canvas for days at a time. You know, it usually takes me like 2 or 3 days, you know, just straight painting on a canvas. And I'd be like, okay, I'm ready to get back to this custom. You know? Just picking up a brush, you know, always keeps me inspired and motivated. Just having a free reign over what I can do and no requirements for what I'm supposed to fulfill, you know.
Idris, how do you relax?
I don't have an answer to that, man. I mean, there's no such thing as a weekend for me. I don't have that lifestyle, man, you know, and now, especially with grad school on deck, relax becomes the craft becomes the relaxation, man. Like the further I go into the projects, it becomes a zone. Like it really is a zone. You just go deeper. And if when you do something and it engages you enough and 3 hours pass by, right? It can be like I don't nothing has, the only thing that I would say that stresses me is like before I do an activity. Like if there's a big project coming, like I'm scratching my head for weeks, like, man, oh my God. You know, it's like playing sports, right? Like if you're playing sports the night before the game, you're like, you don't know what to do. But as soon as you you put on your sneakers, you put on your gym shorts, you know what I'm saying? You come out the locker room, you click out, you block out, and then you ready to game.
Yeah,
So,
I got something to add to that too. It's your craft, you know, it's your work. So if you don't do it, it's not gonna get done. So that's the mentality you got to put yourself in. It's not something anybody else could do for you.
Right. And that's the thing. I saw this quote. We have this racial equity group, and it was talking about privilege, and it said, if you don't have to think about it, it's a privilege. Right.
I
and
agree.
I feel like some people don't have to think about, you know, if I don't do it, it's not going to get done. Somebody might do it for them, this and things like that. But I feel like people in our community, we have to do it. We've been bred like we got to get this done, or else we're going to be where we're at. And I really appreciate the work ethic that you guys have, you know, the unit that you guys have, and the way that each hand feeds each other.
Yeah.
Because
I'll leave. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I'll say like one of the main things that drives us all, and what we always put into our children too, is like, so art, right? The word artifact, right? The word artifact, ARTIFACTS, right? We've broken that word down.
Come on.
To mean art of fact, art OF fact, the art of a fact, right? If it's a fact, you leave evidence of that artifact. So you look at you look at you know what I'm saying? So when people do artifacts, right? Artifacts is the evidence. So if you aren't creating something to leave evidence that you've been here, what are we here for? So whatever it is that you're doing, leave evidence. And the only way you can leave evidence is by doing the work. So it doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could be a kind gesture of you doing, like, that's part of the evidence too. If somebody tells a story about you, that's evidence as well. So no matter what it is, if you're creating or doing an action of kindness, some sort of selflessness, if you're leading a charge, you're leaving a march, or whatever it is, that kind of contribution is what I encourage people to do. You have to leave evidence of the work you've done, or else you're just talking.
Come on. So move with action, work with what you got, and leave your artifacts. And art does not necessarily have to be canvas, dancing, music. Your art is your craft. Your art is whatever you do.
Yes.
It's expressing yourself.
Yes.
So with that being said, we got everybody back in the main room. Listen, Idris, Emeka, amazing. I hope everybody else had fun in their breakout rooms. If we got any kids from Southside, please put your name in the chat, because I'm about to do a raffle for you guys. If it's not too many that's in here, everybody's winning today. So Adriana, you already won. Anybody else from Southside? Afna, you won. Put your name in the chat, please. Say hi. Both y'all in the same family. Both of y'all won. Faith.
We got a lot of Southside kids.
You go to Southside. I might have to do the raffle after all. But Faith, you go to Southside? Okay. I'm getting the private message that not everybody's from Southside. They're trying to fool me.
They heard win and start typing their names in.
Yeah, but I know we got Afnan and we got Adriana. So you guys definitely won. So with that being said, I hope you guys have an amazing holiday season. Spend time working on your craft, working on yourself, and let's start 2021 on a good foot. Thank you. Also, this is the flyer for our next Saturday Academy. I almost forgot. It's also, I think this is the Spanish one, but we also have an English version of this. You just go to that bit.ly DCVSA registration, and that'll get you set up for that. Anything else, Elmer?
This is in both English and Spanish, Cam.
It is? Okay. Maybe my English is just bad. All right, if that's it, let's do this outro video.
I'll actually write you a